Eastern Washington U.S. Attorney for Eastern Washington testifies before lawmakers about the problem of fentanyl. We'll hear from her coming up.
And after a deluge of our region, we're about to dry out for just a little bit. Find out what else is in store. It's all coming up in my First Alert weather forecast.
And gunfire erupts on the campus of the University of Nevada, Las Vegas.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 5 on your side.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Alyssa Warner. We begin with that developing news from Las Vegas. At least 3 people were injured in a shooting on the University of Nevada campus. We're expecting an update from officials at any moment this evening. We do know that the suspected shooter is dead. There are around 30,000 people on the UNLV campus. Students evacuating campus described what they saw.
When we were walking out, we saw one of the windows had been shot through, so we got out. UNLV did a really good job giving us updates, telling us where the shooter was, getting us out quick. We know that there was at least one shooter in the business building on the 2nd floor. We heard maybe there was a 2nd shooter.
On the 4th floor maybe.
Yeah, but we're just glad that we're out.
Now again, police have confirmed there was only one suspected shooter and that person is now dead. It's not yet clear what prompted the violence. World News Tonight will have continuing coverage coming up at 5:30. Now, this came just hours after authorities in Texas arrested a man suspected of killing 6 people and injuring 3 others, including 2 police officers. It all started with law enforcement officers finding 2 bodies in a home near San Antonio early Tuesday morning. Now, what followed was a day-long search for the suspect as more and more shootings were reported. Eventually, police in Austin, nearly 100 miles away, spotted the suspect while responding to a 911 call about somebody breaking into a home.
The initial responding officer encountered a male suspect in the backyard of the residence. The male suspect immediately opened fire at the officer. After his pursuit with officers, the male suspect crashed the vehicle he was operating and was taken into custody.
Now, investigators say they're trying to determine what the relationship, if any, was between the suspect and the victims. Police in Austin say they believe the shootings there, at least, were at random. Now, the big story here locally is the weather. We're starting to see more of that rain you've been talking about, Stacey. What are we expecting in the next 24 hours?
Yeah, the atmospheric river continues. Check it out. We still have lots of showers going on, not only on the west side of the state, but all the way through the Columbia Basin all night tonight. But we're going to start to see things drying up slightly. Let's focus in on the heaviest rain here down the Yakima Valley into the Columbia Basin. But take note over here, Walla Walla has been dry for most of the day today. That's about to change as well. Our storm track for tomorrow, however, we start to see snow returning to the area and yet another system flowing in off the coast. More showers possible there. And check out the snow from the top of Washington all the way into Oregon, down to Reno and to the Tahoe area. We're going to see lots of snow coming here in the next several days. So get ready for winter weather advisories, winter travel conditions, and so on. 50 degrees on our Legends Casino Skycam. Winds are light at 5 miles per hour. Our feels like temp is 50. We're also tracking poor visibility tonight in the Kittitas and down into the Yakima Valley. We're even seeing reduced visibility in the Columbia Basin due to low clouds and fog. So get ready for more scattered showers. Breezy to gusty winds Thursday. Most of those showers will start to taper off for most of us on Thursday. Not everybody. Sunny on Friday, frosty Friday night, and those mountain snow showers. I'll tell how much we're expecting here in just a little bit. Alyssa?
Thanks, Stacey. And that rain you've been telling us about is a lot for here. It's even worse, though, on the west side of the state, all up and down the west coast. Millions of people are under flood alerts. The Coast Guard had to make flood rescues in Roseburg, Washington, which is in the southwest part of our state. One person got stranded on top of a truck. 4 others were trapped in a home with 4 feet of water around it. We're told all 5 are okay. But in Portland, a 2nd person has died amid heavy rains and swollen waterways. One person died after they were entangled in tree branches in a creek in Washington County, Oregon on Tuesday. That follows an incident on Monday when a man in Multnomah County got swept away in a raging creek there. That man had been reportedly helping the homeless when he was swept away. Identifiers have not yet identified either person. Those recent downpours have also interfered with train traffic. The Amtrak run between Portland and Seattle is now canceled through tomorrow morning. That after a landslide north of Vancouver, Washington. If you were planning on taking the train on that service, you will now have to take a bus. And this video shows some of the flooding impact in western Washington. Heavy rains in Arlington, which is approximately an hour north of Seattle, led to scenes like this. All of that water over the road. This is never recommended, by the way. Don't drive through flooded roads. The National Weather Service said the Stillaguamish River set a preliminary flood stage record yesterday afternoon. And those rising rivers have caused misery for some homeowners who live near waterways as well. Floodwaters have reached homes in Granite Falls in western Washington. The South Fork of the Stillaguamish River broke its banks and swamped several homes.
There's a bottom step.
Oh, okay. Oh.
The bottom step's right here. So yeah, we've already got about probably 18 inches in our basement right now.
Yeah, we're told one man drove through the floodwaters in his ATV trying to help neighbors. Now, the deluge has also taken a toll on some roadways. WashDOT sent out these pictures of some of the damage in Cowlitz County. Again, that is in southwestern Washington. You can see a large portion of State Route 503 has been washed away, and it's leaving a big gap there in the street. Now, here in the Tri-Cities, as we mentioned, not nearly that bad. State Patrol does say, though, there were at least 3 separate crashes at the same time this afternoon. That happened at the State Route 240 Interstate I-82 interchange in Richland. Trooper Chris Thorson says heavy rain was falling around that time, which reduced visibility and stopping distances. Making headlines on Capitol Hill this evening, former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, the first to be forced from his position in history, now says he's leaving Congress altogether.
While I'll be departing the House at the end of this year, I will never, ever give up fighting for this country that I love so much.
Well, no details yet on what his plans are for 2024, but once McCarthy leaves, California's governor will have to call for a special election to fill his spot. It is similar to the process over in New York to replace former Congressman George Santos, who was forcefully expelled from Congress last week. This afternoon, lawmakers in the U.S. Senate heard from our U.S. attorney here in eastern Washington about how fentanyl is impacting tribal communities. U.S. Attorney Vanessa Waldorf told the Senate Committee on Indian Affairs, while fentanyl is impacting every community right now, American Indians, Alaska Natives, and Native Hawaiians are, quote, on the front lines of the epidemic. Waldorf also talked about how her office is working to fight drug trafficking all across the district.
The same strategies that we have found throughout rural communities in eastern Washington have been effective in addressing drug trafficking on our tribal lands as well. What we do to try to effectively prosecute these cases is having the most effective information sharing that we possibly can.
Now, this is the second hearing that this committee has held in a matter of weeks focused on fentanyl in tribal communities. Senators, including Washington Senator Maria Cantwell, are trying to gather information that could help them create more effective laws moving forward. Now, here in Washington, Governor Inslee is preparing to ask the state legislature to sign off on more than $50 million in additional funding to fight opioid drugs, including fentanyl. This week, he visited the Evergreen Recovery Center in Everett for a discussion of the crisis and a preview of what he's hoping to accomplish next year.
First, we're going to improve the education of our young people. We know that a high percentage of people start this dangerous activity at age 13 and 14. We know we have to get kids to understand the dangers of fentanyl, and we know there's more to be done with their mental health. So we're going to be introducing a bill to actually improve the education of our kids in our public schools.
Now, the governor's supplemental budget proposal, if approved, would also put some of that $50 million towards support for first responders, especially making sure that they have access to overdose reversal medications, and creating community health hubs, which are designed to make sure people can get access to medication, counseling, and other support all in the same place. The state legislative session starts on January 8th. And right now, it's open enrollment for healthcare plans in Washington state. This is your one chance every year to switch insurance plans. Outside that period, you're stuck with what you've got unless you have a qualifying life event like getting married or losing your job. Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell tells us it's especially important to take a hard look at your insurance right now if you used Washington Health Plan Finder to sign up last year.
According to the Washington State Office of the Insurance Commissioner, individual health care premiums are supposed to go up by an average of 8.9%. But for some insurers, that number could actually be as high as nearly 18%. Out of the 14 insurers approved to sell individual health insurance in Washington state next year, 3 have had slight decreases in their rates, and 8 have increases below the average of 8.9%. But 3 major health insurers are increasing their rates dramatically. About 16% for Bridgespan Health Company, 17% for Premera Blue Cross, and nearly 18% for Kaiser Foundation Health Plan of Washington. So if you're on an individual plan, you need to double check the rate increase for next year. And if you want to change plans, you have to do it before open enrollment ends on January 15th. Coming up at 6, what the state insurance commissioner and the state attorney general have to say about what is driving up those rates. Plus, where to go if you need to find information about your insurance options. Reporting from the Yakima Newsroom, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Thanks, Emily. In your consumer news this evening, Americans bought an estimated 1 million fully electric vehicles this year. It's the first time that many electric vehicles have been sold in the United States in a single year. Americans had more EV models to choose from as well. By the second half of this year, the market had 95 different models available, which is up 40% from this time last year. Electric vehicle sales have also helped by the Inflation Reduction Act, which provides tax credits for certain electric vehicle purchases. According to Bloomberg New Energy Finance, 8% of all new vehicle sales in the country during the first half of this year were electric. But that is still lower than China, where electric vehicles account for 19% of vehicle sales. And across the globe, numbers more similar to China. Electric vehicles made up 15% of new vehicle sales. Now this as U.S. crude oil prices have dropped below $70 per barrel for the first time since July. The national average price for regular gas hit $3.22 per gallon, according to AAA. That is an 11-month low. Analysts attribute the oil sell-off to concerns about soft demand from China and record-setting supply from the United States. Last week's OPEC Plus decision to cut production may also be an indication that there is a glut of oil on the market. Well, you've probably seen this on Facebook. Someone vandalized the Comfort Station in South Leslie Groves Park. That's the one over near Haynes Dyke. It has graffiti and will remain closed until the city of Richland can make repairs. The city is estimating that'll happen early next week. Right now, if there's an emergency, you will find a temporary portable facility available. The feds are holding a roundtable to talk about the mental health of pilots. We're talking about that in just a moment. Very wet weather in eastern Washington, but we're talking about possible changes and winter weather returning to the mountains. Stacey Lee has all of that in your first alert forecast. And a sign of the season, we're talking about something new at this year's Drive-Thru Holiday Lights Fest. That's coming up on Apple Valley News Now at 5.
If you need workers' compensation because you were injured at work, let us go to work to get you benefits.
Call 509-584-4411 for a free consultation. Bothwell and Hamill.
Vegas action is closer than you think. The fun is waiting for you at Nob Hill Casino. Come in and pull up a chair at your choice of blackjack, pai gow, heads up hold'em, or high card flush, and play with the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club to take your game to the next level and earn rewards for food, bowling, prizes, and cash. There's always a spot for you at Nob Hill Casino where the locals play.
Throw away your distance and reading glasses. Join Doctors King and Kopstein for a free live webinar this Thursday at noon and find out if RLE is right for you. K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers.
Some know it as prime rib. Officially, it's called a ribeye roast. We call ours divine. Tender, mouth-watering Hereford beef, aged 5 weeks to absolute perfection. Oven-ready and easy. Divine beef ribeye roast. Reserve yours immediately, exclusively at Yoke's Fresh Markets.
Now is the time for a new bath from Bath Fitter. Every bath fit or bath is installed quickly, safely, and beautifully with a lifetime warranty. Go from old to new, from worn to wow. The beautiful bath you've always wanted. Done right, installed by an expert technician, all in one day. Bath Fitter's biggest sale of the year is on now. Contact us today for an appointment. We can be there as soon as tomorrow. Many jobs are being installed in less than 2 weeks at the lowest prices of the year.
If you need Social Security disability because you are unable to work, let us go to work to get you benefits.
Call 509-584-4411. Bothwell and Hamill. There's no fee unless you win.
Smoke City for Less. We are open 7 days a week with now 5 locations.
Welcome back. For the first time, the National Transportation Safety Board convened a roundtable of aviation and medical experts to discuss the topic of pilots' mental health and how to reduce the stigma around reporting concerns. The meeting comes in the midst of what is expected to be a record season for air travel here in the United States. Karen Kaifa has the details.
I do want to acknowledge that this can be a difficult topic for some.
The National Transportation Safety Board leading an expert discussion on pilots and mental health.
Let me be clear. The safety risk comes from a culture of silence around mental health, not about seeking help.
Recent research from the University of North Dakota found more than half of pilots avoid seeking health care of some type, fearing they'll lose their FAA medical certification and their ability to fly. That includes mental health concerns, from which experts emphasized pilots are not immune.
They're dealing with their people too. You know, they're dealing with their families, they're dealing with their stresses, and now they're also having to get people to where they need to be during the holiday season, which also can be very stressful.
The case of Joseph Emerson, an off-duty pilot indicted Tuesday on 84 counts in an Oregon court, accused of trying to shut off the engines of a plane mid-flight in October, put the issue of pilot mental health front and center. Emerson told police he'd been depressed for months, if not years. His defense team said he never intended to hurt or put anyone at risk. The government looking to balance passenger safety with the well-being of pilots and other aviation workers.
It's not just the right thing to do, it's the safe thing to do. What's unsafe is pretending the status quo is acceptable.
On Tuesday, the FAA announced a special committee to explore changes to pilot mental health rules, aiming to break down barriers to disclosure and seeking help. In Washington, I'm Karen Kaifa.
Now back to that off-duty pilot who's accused of trying to turn off the engines on the flight out of Everett. As we told you last night, a grand jury has indicted him on 84 charges, including 1 count of endangering aircraft in the first degree and 83 counts of recklessly endangering another person. That's lower than initially recommended. He's being held in Portland, Oregon, and is expected to face arraignment tomorrow.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
Well, it's been a soggy day. We continue to have this atmospheric river situation flowing through the area. We got a lot of rain so far today, and that continues. Things are going to start tapering off a little bit later tonight. We'll get to Futurecast in a sec. We are starting to see some fog move into the region as well. Low clouds and fog, 50 degrees on our Dust Devil Skycam, winds at 5 miles per hour. So again, be aware of that reduced visibility in the area. Storm track for tomorrow. Got another one on the way, and this one's going to start bringing some snow showers, not only to the Cascades, but to the Blue Mountains and beyond. And we're just going to see snow down here at the Lake Tahoe area, all the way through the Cascades in Oregon, as well as Washington, and even some possible snow up towards the Spokane area. So let's take a look at our mountain snow, again, returning above 4,000 feet initially to start with. You can see the Blues here and the Cascades all the way down. We'll see winter weather advisory starting to pop up. So far, the one in place is for the Blue Mountains. We're expecting 6 to 10 inches there until Friday at 10 in the morning. On top of that, we're looking at gusty winds up to 40 miles per hour. So just be aware. Here's our Futurecast, and let's see when we're going to get a little bit of a dry out from these rain showers. This is at 7 o'clock tonight, continues to rain, but by about 10 or let's say closer to midnight or so, most of the showers should be out of the Columbia Basin. A few stray scattered showers there in Yakima, and then we'll start to see that snow develop here in the Blue Mountains. This is what it looks like, though, overnight. Again, the rain picks back up. Here comes the snow on the east slopes of the Cascades. It's going to move its way across into the foothills of the Blue Mountains. We've got a cooling trend coming down from the Canadian area, so we're going to continue to see cooler temperatures, bringing much more snow again to the Cascade Mountains for several days, as well as the Blue Mountains for several days. And we're going to talk about that because if you're traveling at all over the weekend, you're going to be want to be prepared for winter driving conditions. Now, all the rain on the west side, you saw the flooding. We're seeing landslides there as well. So just a lot of potential danger out there. Here's what we're looking at. Futurecast snow amounts by 2 o'clock on Friday, about 2 inches over the Snoqualmie Pass area, up to 11 inches near White Pass Ski Resort. We also see another 6 inches there. And look at Walla Walla, those blues. We're talking Tollgate, Ski Bluewood, and Meacham could see over 9 inches of snow through Friday morning, or Friday midday. Now, if you're hitting the road, there's going to be lots of rain continuing on the west side, unfortunately, not drying out through Saturday in the Seattle area. Heading down to Portland, similar situation. It's going to be wet there. We also have a chance of some thunder and lightning on Thursday. Look at those rain showers, those temperatures cooling down there as well. And if you're traveling to the Spokane area, be prepared for some rain mixed with snow on Thursday, and we could even see that appear again on Saturday. So travel conditions a little bit dicey. Make sure you check your forecast prior to traveling. Pack emergency supply kits. Avoid travel if you're not comfortable driving in this sort of thing. And if you do get stranded, stay inside your vehicle. Now ramp up the winds. We're going to see those picking up late tonight. Here's the Columbia Basin getting very breezy. Also the foothills of the Blues. Those winds are going to stay pretty blustery throughout the day tomorrow. And then as we get into a little bit later in the afternoon, they pick up even more so. So Hermiston will see the gusty winds, Tri-Cities, Walla Walla, as well as Pendleton. Those winds eventually will start to decrease as we move towards Friday and the weekend. Let's take a look at our temperatures overnight tonight. We're in the 30s and 40s through the region. Not too bad, but cooling down from what we've been seeing the last couple of nights. Tomorrow, scattered showers, breezy winds. Some areas will start to dry out, more so towards Yakima. Some early morning showers possible here on the Columbia Basin, Tri-Cities. Unfortunately, foothills of the Blues, Walla Walla, and Pendleton, they're going to be seeing those showers. So looking dry out the door in Yakima. Let's check out Tri-Cities. There's those morning showers. Should dry up by about noon. However, foothills of the Blues and Walla Walla area, we're going to see those showers continue there. I've got your 7-day planning forecast on the way. Alyssa?
Thanks, Stacy. STCU and Apple Valley News Now want your help in finding community volunteers in Benton and Franklin counties who go that extra step to help us all. You can nominate someone like this by clicking on the contest tab at applevalleyNewsNow.com. From your nominations, we choose volunteers to profile. Then STCU awards the winner's organization a $1,000 donation. So thank you for nominating someone, and a big thanks to all of the volunteers who make our communities stronger. A big thank you as well to STCU. We'll be right back.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
You know, there's millions of people without the health insurance they need. I get it. You feel like it's too pricey, a headache to deal with, and not worth it. You deserve something better and better. We're on a mission to get everyone high-quality health insurance. We have plans with as low as $0 out-of-pocket premiums, a network of local doctors, and a rewards program for making healthy choices. Nice. That's why we're America's #1 marketplace health insurance. So call us or go online now. And Better Health. On a mission for better.
Roundup's like an accidental savings account. I get paid every time I buy something. It's like a tip for me.
Wait, a tip for shopping?
Oh, yeah.
But how much can you really save?
Yeah, I mean... Whoa. Yeah, shopping's my superpower.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right, all year round. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months, plus save up to $800.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at GoKubota.com.
Tonight, the Ukraine funding fight.
To walk away would be a disgrace.
And the border debate.
We've got to be able to solve all these problems.
Where things stand
More Americans turn to the most watched program on television, World News Tonight with David Muir.
When you need legal help, trust Quantum Legal. We're here for you in times of trouble, whether you need assistance with criminal defense, personal injury, or have been injured on the job. Law is a complicated matter. Our team of experts will fight for you and help you find the best solution for your situation. Don't let life's challenges get the best of you. We're here to help. Call us today at 509-783-5551 or visit our website at quantumlegal.com.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now, through December 31st, receive rebates up to $1,400 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Welcome back. The 4th annual Drive-Thru Holiday Light Fest is back at State Fair Park with over 30 miles of string lights on display starting tomorrow and going until December 17th. New this year, you'll see the Polar Express, Frosty and Friends, live animals, and a chance for one attendee to have their power bill paid for the month. Parking lot gates open at 4:30. The event itself is from 5 until 9. General admission is $15 per vehicle, but you can also skip the line and get a fast pass for a bit more. We'll be right back with a final look on your forecast next.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
If you missed out on getting a McRib in the past, here's your chance to get one before you miss out again. The McRib returns. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new Honda. Whether it's dropping off presents in a sporty Civic or picking up a few for yourself in a fun-to-drive HRV. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
I left home at 14 and I had my first child at 17. I was an addict, and that destroys your whole world. I actually just kind of walked into Goodwill and they trained me. Yeah, Goodwill doesn't look at you as a person with barriers. I love my job. Goodwill's more than just a thrift store. But I have a future and so does my community because of the programs Goodwill offers. I kind of look in the mirror and I'm happy with who I see every day.
Shop Goodwill, changing lives through the power of work.
Is your home in need of a remodel? Then transform your living space with help from Costless Carpet.
Have you heard about Costless Carpet's new Rhino SPC? It's changing the flooring industry. Durable, waterproof, with amazing looks that are blowing our customers away. Rhino SPC has 20 and 30 mil wear layers, making it more durable and easy to install. Costless Carpet stocks over 25 different visuals and has wide planked woods and 12 by 24 tile designs too. To find your nearest store, visit costlesscarpet.com.
Ooh, the DQ Cheeseburger Lovers deal is back! 2 single cheeseburgers for only $5, or 2 double cheeseburgers for just $7? For real? Oh, tell me it's as good as it looks. Deal this good speaks for itself, I guess. But you better get it before it's gone. DQ, happy tastes good.
Come home for the holidays. Step into a world of enchantment at Wild Horse Resort and Casino, where Santa's Workshop is open for the season, laden with over $90,000 on Santa's special list of cash and prizes, with more chances to win every week in December. Join us every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for a winter wonderland of over $10,000 in cash and prizes starting at 6 p.m. Start earning your holiday entries today. More winners, more often. From your Wild Horse family.
If something's missing in your morning without a McDonald's breakfast, then try a new bagel sandwich. With fluffy egg, melty cheese, and your choice of a steak patty with grilled onion, or bacon, or sausage, well, those will fill the void deliciously. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
All right, let's take a look at that 7-day planning forecast. Walla Walla, Hermiston, soggy, poor Walla Walla. And of course, we're going to start to see those snow showers in the Blue Mountains. So just outside of Walla Walla area there. Hermiston, soggy, little break. Even Walla Walla may see a little break on Friday, but then that wet weather returns on the weekend. Plus, look at those temperatures starting to drop back to just slightly above the average. Here's what it looks like for Tri-Cities and Yakima the next few days. We dry out. We'll see some sunshine Friday. Soak it in. It's gone. It's here and it's gone really quickly. And those temperatures get cold again. Could see a little rain mix with snow Saturday morning in the Yakima Valley. So be ready.
It's going to feel like December again.
There you go.
Thanks, Stacey. And thank you so much for watching. World News Tonight with David Muir is next. We're back tonight at 6.